Let's talk about one of the most powerful pieces of magic that we see at the end of the series that probably would have fixed 95% of all of the problems in the series. First off, let's talk about goblin magic. So, goblin magic is really powerful. We've talked about house elf magic and how powerful that can be. Goblin magic is just as powerful, if not more powerful, than house elf magic. There may be a relation between house elves and goblins. They do have similar features and may come from similar ancestors, but that's for another discussion. Today we're just talking about the goblins' magic and certain things that are very powerful that we never really talk about as a plot hole in this series. And that thing that we're talking about is goblin forging. No, that's used a lot, and that is a big MacGuffin in the series. No, the big one that would have solved a lot of the problems is the thief's downfall. This magic, whatever it is, potion enhanced water, whatever it is described to be able to wash away all enchantments. The two more powerful things in the series that we have seen it wash away is one of the unforgivable curses, the Imperious Curse, and one of the strongest potions, the Polyjuice Potion. The fact that we are able to watch this magical enchanted liquid wash away Polyjuice Potion, like no just boom, covered in that water, you are now the person you are supposed to be. And also immediately break the Imperious Curse. It's like, alright, it must be goblin magic that they will not share with wizards. And clearly a lot of wizards don't even know of it, because if they knew, it would have solved all of the issues of the series. I mean, let's see. When you walk through the flue powder, when you get to the ministry, then you have to walk through the thief's downfall, and guess what? You're no longer in the Imperious Curse. Or you can't sneak in as someone else, Harry, Ron, Hermione, but Pious Thickness, who was under the Imperious Curse and ended up putting the rest of the people around Rufus Scrimjar under the Imperious Curse to eventually trap him in a room and murder him? You know what would have solved that? Thief's downfall, because then none of them would be under the Imperious Curse. But we do have to talk about the weird inconsistency with the Imperious Curse, that apparently you can break through it, in the fact that Barty Crouch Jr. was able to break through it, but also be able to teach Harry to break through it. There's a little bit of a theory behind at least Harry, is the fact that he has a bit of Voldemort's soul in him, who is also vying for control. So it's like, hey, listen, nope, I want to be in control of this, so get out. And it helps Harry break out of that. But Barty Crouch Jr. was able to get out of it. But it might also be because he was under it for so long, and eventually Barty Crouch Sr. started getting stressed, which then weakened the control that he had over his son, which allowed him to eventually break out. During one of the most stressful events of a lifetime was the Quidditch World Cup. So that might coincide with it, but it helps him figure out, oh, here's the weak spot that you can use to break out of the Imperious Curse, which helps explain to Harry, but Harry has a bit of an advantage. Otherwise, the Imperious Curse is pretty infallible, except with the thief's downfall. Unfortunately, wizards and goblins don't like working together, as we learn throughout the series, and if you played Hogwarts Legacy, you know even more that goblins really hate wizards. Especially that one goblin whose mooncalf you stole. You know who you are. Taking their money and then not giving them the mooncalf back. How could you? Anyway, back to the story at hand. I understand why goblins don't want to share their magic, because wizards don't want to share theirs. But so many problems would be solved if the wizards shared some of their magic and the goblins shared theirs, because the thief's downfall would have absolutely stopped the Second Wizarding War, and the goblins let it happen until they realized just because you let it happen doesn't mean you're not guilty or in danger. But the moral of the story is world peace. The moral of this theory is the series would have ended a lot earlier if the Ministry of Magic would have worked with goblins and was able to get the thief's downfall. Let me know in the comments what you think about this thought, and if you would like to have more of just candid discussions on different ideas in the wizarding world that has an interesting magic that we can go into and talk about more and keep discussing it. Let me know, and we'll see you next week for something fun. Thank you for watching another Marvelous Marauders video. If you liked what you watched, make sure to watch one of the videos over here. You got a previous video or the next video, depending on when you're watching this, and then you have a playlist that is going to relate to whatever video you just watched. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we will see you in the next video.